guys. So I wanted to take a minute to talk about my dreams. I don't know if you hear that meowing. That's Penny. She likes to talk about dreams. Yes. Okay. So hi. Um, I want to talk about being an actor. Being an actor is one of those dreams where you rarely get what it is that you're looking for, but it's such a passion and such a drive that if you're meant to be an actor, you find a way. You always find a way. You wait tables, you put up with crappy employers, you put up with being poor a lot. um, you do the auditions, which, by the way, are just not fun. But you do it because it's what you're meant to do. It's your dream. It's your passion. It's your religion. It's your life. There's a kind of an inside joke amongst theater practitioners. Uh, there's a T-shirt actually that you can buy that says, "I can't. I have rehearsal," which is it's true. There's not a lot you can do um, in your life socially if you're in theater, but you do it anyway because you love it. I love it. Anyway, I just got done closing up my most recent play, which was called Killing Angela. It was the most amazing, amazing experience. It was the most amazing show. The writing was spot on, and I happened to be very, very fortunate to know the writer. Um, he's lovely, and his writing is so wonderful. I think I've mentioned before that I have a slight dyslexia, so I have a hard time reading. Um, I, I can read plays because they're broken up into sections, so it's easy to follow. But this this writer is he has a style that catches my attention enough that even if it's not in play form, I can read anything he writes. Uh, it's lovely, and I got to be the title character. I got to be Angela, and it was so intense. It was a very intense character with lots of background, and a lot of work went into it outside of rehearsal. Um, it, it was just amazing. But here's the double-edged sword of it all. The thing about theater is that you go into this thing knowing that it's going to end, and it's hard. It's hard to do because you kind of push that to the back of your mind. You go, I'm in the moment now. I'm in it now. I'm doing rehearsals, and then there's going to be a show, and the show is going to be awesome, and it's going to run for 3 weeks, and oh. But then around the second week of the show, you start realizing, holy cow, this thing that I've put months of work into is about to come to a very abrupt end. And it's very sad because you become attached not only to your character and the work that you've done, you become attached to the lines, you become attached to the story, and even more than that, you become attached to your fellow actors. Um, they become kind of your family. You see them every day, not every day, but if you have rehearsals 3 times a week, you probably see them more than you see any of your friends. Uh, I saw more of my cast than I saw people that I work with at my job, my regular job. And so it becomes a bit of a double-edged sword to get to fall in love so deeply with something that's so big. It's not just the character of the show, the lines, the people, the stage itself, the movement of it all, the freedom of being able to move where you're driven to move and you don't have to stifle yourself. In fact, you're encouraged not to stifle yourself. And it's such a big love. And then it ends. And it's so sad. It's so sad. I actually, on my closing night, because the way our show worked was that on Sundays was the understudy performance, so my closing night was on a Saturday. And we all went out and went to the bar afterward, and there was one point where I had to go in and just sit in the bathroom and cry. I couldn't believe that this thing was ending. It's so important to me. It's possibly the biggest thing to ever happen to my dream career in my entire life. I was fortunate enough to have such good schooling and to be cast in so many wonderful things, but this particular show was just so big for me. So I'm good. I'm high as a kite. I had so much support. So many of my friends came out to see it. People from other shows that I've been in came to see it. My best friend Crystal came up from West Virginia, and she saw it. And my mom, the big one, my mom flew in from West Virginia, and she saw it twice. That's another part of the double-edged sword, is that I don't get to live at home. And so I miss my family so much and my friends so much, but because they support what I do, they like to come in and see the shows. But when they come in to see the shows, it's not a lot of time spent just with them, and they can only come in for a couple of days, and then I have to send them on their way. So it's actually been kind of a hard weekend for me, saying goodbye to my show and putting my mom on a plane to go back to West Virginia after only 3 days. But we do it anyway, because theater is something that you can't stay away from. Having the passion and the drive and the love for that sort of work, it's something you can't ever just say, I don't think I'm going to do this anymore. Because if you say that, a few months down the line, you're going to be just itching to get back on a stage. Another part of the double-edged sword is that you never know what's coming up next. You could audition for something and get cast in it, and you love it, and then you realize again that it's going to end eventually. Or you could be cast in something and you don't love it, and then you're kind of stuck until it ends. And it's, but even if you don't love it, you find something to love about it, because hell, theater is what you love. So yeah, I just wanted to take a quick minute to acknowledge the ending of my show, and I guess kind of explain a little bit about why I've been a bit of an emotional yo-yo, not even a roller coaster, an emotional yo-yo over the past couple of weeks. It's been a lot of, I'm doing a show, it's going to end. I'm doing a show, it's going to end. So, yeah, I do apologize to anybody who's had to put up with my yo-yo craziness, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Anyway, if you're out there watching this and you have a dream, you have something that you love and you're passionate about, something that you can't be anything else, go do it. Because even the it's gonna end is so worth the yay! Anyway, that's my updates and stuff, and bye!